Hi, precious heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. Today, the Company of Heaven will continue the important sharing they began last week in our vlog. So much of the chaos that is surfacing around the world at this time is based in humanity's fallen egos, manipulation, and misinterpretation of the sacred knowledge that was revealed to humanity by our Father, Mother God, and the Company of Heaven during the dawning new ages of the past. In many instances, that knowledge, which was designed to assist all of humanity to move forward in the light, was hijacked by our egos and crystallized into divisive world religions that are doing battle with each other today. Our fear-based egos are no longer in control, but in order to stop the masses of humanity from continuing to act out of the destructive habits of separation and duality, we need to perceive the bigger picture of how our egos came up with the distorted beliefs that are causing so much pain and suffering at this time. With that understanding, our I Am Presence will be able to assist us to more effectively transmute back into light the intelligent atomic and subatomic energy associated with those gross mutations. So let the information we are sharing today resonate within the divinity of your heart flame. Your I Am Presence will assist you to comprehend this truth in perfect alignment with your divine plan and your highest good. Prior to the fall, when the dawn of each new age arrived, it was easy for our godparents and the Company of Heaven to determine the next level of sacred knowledge that would assist us the most in learning how to become co-creators with our Father, Mother God. This new information was projected into the mental and emotional strata of Earth and was assimilated by our I Am Presence and reflected into our conscious mind. Since we were aware that we are sons and daughters of God and understood our purpose and reason for being embodied on Earth, we accepted this new information with enthusiasm and gratitude. After the fall, this process changed dramatically. Once we began misqualifying our life force, we no longer came to Earth with the sole purpose of learning the joy-filled lessons of becoming co-creators. After the fall, we came to Earth not only to learn lessons of co-creation, but also to transmute the distorted patterns we had created through the misuse of our thoughts and feelings in our previous lives. Without the balance of our Mother God's love and the inadvertent creation of our fragmented and fear-based human ego, our perception was totally distorted. We forgot about the oneness of all life, so we just allowed our fallen human ego to keep abusing our masculine power. During this time, the windows of opportunity provided by the dawning new ages had very little influence in changing our direction. We were so buried in the oppressive energy of our human miscreations that we were not able to perceive the guidance from on high that our I Am Presence was trying to filter into our conscious mind. It seemed as though we were never going to be able to stop our downward spiral, but our Father, Mother God would not give up on us. Several ages ago, our godparents made the decision to allow an advanced cosmic being to embody on Earth during the dawn of each new age. These enlightened beings were avatars who were not associated in any way with Earth's fall from grace. The divine intent of this dispensation was for the avatar of each new age to reveal and physically demonstrate to humanity the lessons our Father, Mother God wanted us to learn during the next 2,000-year cycle. Because of the patriarchal consciousness of humanity's human egos at the time, our godparents initially chose masculine avatars for this divine mission. There were several avatars over the ages, but the ones we are most familiar with prior to the Piscean Age are Krishna, Buddha, and Moses. The lessons the avatar brought to earth from our Father, Mother God were always designed to help humanity awaken so that we would reconnect with our I Am presence and reverse the adverse effects of our fall from grace. This meant initiating the return of our Mother God by opening our heart chakra and placing our feet on the path of divine love. It also meant reclaiming our divine birthright as sons and daughters of God by returning to Christ consciousness. Unfortunately, we were so beaten down by the victim consciousness of our egos that we misunderstood the lessons the avatars were trying to teach us. We assumed these beings had come to save us, and we began separating ourselves from them and worshiping them. We deified them and expected them to do for us the very things they were trying to teach us that we must learn to do for ourselves. Humanity formed cult-like attachments to these enlightened beings and began organizing other people who would accept their particular interpretation of what the avatars were demonstrating through their teachings. Since it was the person's fragmented human ego that was interpreting the lessons the avatars were teaching, much of the information was grossly distorted and infused with a patriarchal and victim consciousness. This limited perception omitted the divine love nature of our Mother God and the reality that Christ consciousness is the divine birthright of every son and daughter of God. These groups became the foundations for the crystallized and often divisive religions that have formed over the ages. When it was time for the dawn of the Piscean Age, our Father, Mother God, and the company of heaven knew that the earth was swiftly moving toward the momentous event known as the shift of the ages. They were profoundly aware that the masses of humanity were still buried in the painful effluvia of our miscreations. They knew that the embodiment of the avatars during the previous New Ages had helped to a degree, but not nearly enough to raise the energy, vibration, and consciousness of humanity high enough to make it through the shift of the ages. All of the legions of light in the realms of illumined truth knew that if the earth and all life evolving upon her were going to make it through the shift of the ages, we were going to need superhuman divine intervention. With that knowing, a divine plan was set into motion that changed the course of history for Earth and all life evolving upon her. Precious heart, next week, the company of heaven will reveal to you the truth about the life-transforming events that occurred during the Piscean Age through the unified efforts of heaven and earth. Those events changed the course of history and paved the way for an unprecedented influx of light that catapulted the earth and all her life into the dawning new age of Aquarius. God bless you, and I will be with you again next week.